Hi, Flockers. How are we tonight? Welcome to the, I was trying to click everybody's comments before the thing started, but I don't think I made it. Welcome to the Flock podcast, which is a little bit of everything. So if you like the vibe, you dig what you're hearing, and you want to become a member or support the Flock, make sure you click the clickables. Everything can be found in the show notes. So tonight, well, let's start with this, I guess. So the video's gone. I made a really cool fucking video on TikTok for the map. Like, I shot the map. It was a whole thing, right? We were going to talk about torsion warp drives, and it's gone. Somebody doesn't like what I'm talking about recently, apparently. And that's how I found out too that with the new guideline update, it untoggled the save video thing. So I had to go back through and like download all of my other videos before I fucking lost those too. So that was cool. That's fun. I'm so glad that we're getting back to the basics on everything, including fucking community guideline violations. So here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hi. Hello. Colin, hello. So I have some stuff prepared, and it's funny that like the last time that I did the map topic things, because we're getting back to the basics, we're starting over on all this stuff. And when I first did it, it was one of the very first quotes at the top of the map that we ended up discussing, which tied into first talking about everything. And then what's up? And then this time I shot it, and it got it was in the it hit torsion warp drives. And I remember writing this piece about that. And it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit that it really does, like, we're going right back to the garage days here. So I want to start off with where I guess I shot on the map, so being the video went down. Let's do that first. Let's start there. All right, I got this here for you. Let me just share, present, share, clicking all the things. I wish there was an easier button. Okay, so this is where it's shot. All right, and then now, as we know, what we want to do is we want to look at the other things that are around this. So this brought me into 0 point energy, free energy. I briefly touched on temporal dementia, which we might get into tonight, and then the over unity device and hyperdimensional physics. So I was just relearning fucking quantum physics this afternoon. And I want to start by reading this piece first. So we are going to start there. I'm just going to leave this up. Okay, so this piece is titled Perpetual Purpose. Now, I've read this before, so some of you may recognize it, but like I said, this was written back in the garage days. And this, I distinctly remember why I wrote this and why certain lines stuck out to me, because this piece actually took me a couple days to write. And this was when the numbers started to become really significant for me. So, Perpetual Purpose. Time doesn't exist. And the last couple of days, weeks have been weird, right? All of the energies, the Schumann spikes, the synchronicities, the collective universal whispers are coming to fruition. We have tuned into the divine frequencies. The messages are coming in clear, like scanning through static to find a radio station. The ether resides in varying forms, fulfilling particular services. Torsion light energy fields affect time. As Kozyrev found in his studies, the density of time is changed by our thoughts. We are excelling our ascension. Over unity is free energy when output exceeds input through transmutation. Collective mass meditations and shifting of focus energies creates reality. The universe always says yes. Perpetual energy is always potential. Routine and happenstance synchronicities are the yin and the yang. Coincidences are not by chance. Everything happens for a reason. With clear sight and 20/20 vision, the lenses of indoctrination have been shattered. Seeing now the realms that have always existed, understanding and remembering that we are here for a purpose. It's breaking through and far beyond anything that we have been taught to believe as absolute. Escaping that construct, separating from the programming, and abandoning selfish desires allows the freedom to tap into the sacredness of Source, thus understanding and utilizing the missing links of it all in the theory to everything. Destruction is loud, but needed for creation. Trees fall with the sounds of thunder, yet seeds sprout and grow in silence. Duality is needed. Balance is needed. Light can't exist without darkness. And the happenstances of free will is the potential energy intricately weaving into the cosmic routines of perpetual purpose. Becoming the observer of the present happenings allows the communication from the cosmic messengers to be heard. Removing the blocks created by selfish desires and manipulated realities, thus releasing karma. Trusting fully in the nirvana, the supreme peace, the art of letting go and flowing with the current. As you breathe out, releasing the idea of control, and finally finding the Hariath. Embracing the awakened breath that naturally fills, placing consciousness in a state of sanity that only comes after complete breakdowns and surrender into madness. This is the return to source. Welcome home. So, where that fits into everything is I want to start with what the warp drive is. And this kind of became famous with Star Trek. And what it is it's a model for a spacecraft. I'm going to stop this screen and I'm going to share a different one here. It's a model for a spacecraft that could travel faster than the speed of light without breaking the laws of physics. And it's not so much an engine that moves a craft, but it's that it's collapsing space time. I listen, it's okay. So it kind of fucked with me for a minute too. But if we think about what torsion is, hold on, let me share this. Why is this not over here? All right, there we go. My windows get a little mixed up sometimes. Okay, so this is the idea for the warp drive. Okay. So if we think about this and then we think about torsion, which is the twisting of an object, like when you're wringing out a towel. All right. So if we look at that like this, right? So that's torsion energy, which in solid mechanics, it's the twisting of an object due to applied torque, the state of being twisted. So the way that I understand this is that it's literally taking the space and the time that exists in that space before it and after it, and it's creating that wormhole effect and it's collapsing into itself. So Kozyrev, the one who I wrote about in that piece, in 1950, I'm going to work backwards here. He conclusively proved the existence of this energy, demonstrating that, like time, it flows in a sacred geometrical spiral. So everything ties back to sacred geometry. And when this turns into that 64 tetrahedron, right? That just like zooms through, and that's what it looks like. So it's that spiral, it's that DNA cord, it's everything twisted into sacred geometry and the root of all of it. And it's all going to go back to the golden ratio, and it's all going to go back to 369. Everything equals that. Like Tesla was 100% correct. So Kozrev coined that and proved it that it existed in 1950. Now in 1913, torsion, the word torsion was coined by Eli Cartan, who was one of Einstein's colleagues. And that came from a Russian professor. I don't know how to pronounce his name. NP, is it Mishkin? I don't know how to pronounce it. But that was in the 1800s when he had the discovery of this fifth force. So that's how it kind of plays out backwards. And it's basically twisting through the fabric of space and time. Does this make sense? Do we have questions? I don't know if I'm explaining this right. I'm just trying to like explain quantum physics real fast. Of course it does. Hey, no worries. The absence of the space in front pulls the craft forward. Yes, that's how I understand it. So it's the way that they explained it here. If we read this part, oh God, now I got to share another screen. Hold on a second. Stop sharing that one. I want to, it's over here. Oh, no, where did it go? I had them all pulled up. Hold on a second. There we go. I had them on the wrong screen. Sorry. There's one part in particular that I wanted to read to you. Is this it? Damn it, where did that part go that I wanted to read? Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay. So here's Star Trek, right? Did not actually push the craft faster than the speed of light. Instead, simply warped time and space in a way that allowed it to be used as a shortcut. So this is the example they used. Imagine a napkin. If you had to traverse its entire surface, it would take a certain amount of time. But if you folded the napkin up and you were able to move through it, right? It's like taking that piece of paper and being able to either go this way with it, or if you fold it, you can get to this point at the same time, right? Instead of it being out this way. So you're basically taking time and space and manipulating it so that you can have instantaneous travel. This takes me a minute to like wrap my head around this stuff. So if you guys need a second, let me know. Listening while cooking. Okay. Hello. Oh, hippie. Okay. Yes. The names. I gotta get the names right on everybody here. So this leads into then 0 point energy, which is the ground state energy. So it's the vibrational energy that molecules retain even at absolute zero temperatures. It's that vacuum energy. And it doesn't relate to the reality that we know now or that they try to create its existence around. So the 0 point energy taps into the free energy. That's where that 369 comes from. So that 0 point energy, that's what the pyramids were built on. That's them tapping into sacred geometry. That's them tapping into the frequencies of everything and understanding that not only sound incorporates into this, but so does the actual energy of things too. And we are able to harness that. That's where free energy comes from. But we're, in this time and they want to charge us for everything. So absolute zero temperature in physics has been found to measure the intensity of random molecular motion. And it might be expected that as temperature is reduced to absolute zero, all motion ceases and molecules come to a rest. In fact, the motion corresponding to 0 point energy never vanishes. So that means that we are able to harness this and we could use it. That's what I got out of it. What questions do we have? So this just this just further proves. I want to pull this one up. So I've pulled we've talked about this several times. And you guys know my theory on this, right? And why I think that the earth is the shape that it is, right? That it's flat, it's hollow, it's as above, so below. And then this is the Taurus energy field. This is where your northern and lights come from. This is the sonoluminescent breakdown. All of it, it's all the same. We're all talking about the same thing, whichever way you want to look at it. But everything has this Taurus energy field, and it becomes these like Russian nesting dolls of this energy field. And if we go off of the theory that Khosrow have, that our thoughts affect the density of time, because it's not, because gravity is still a theory, but density is true, right? So time flies when you're having fun, right? That's why everything works the way it does. That's why when we have these massive mass meditations, and when we get a collective together on that same frequency, I mean, shit, you guys remember Flockfest, right? Like that energy, that Taurus energy field becomes bigger, just like horses, right? With your aura, same thing. Horse's aura extends out. If I remember correctly, I want to say it's like 9 feet is a horse's aura. And the more horses that you get together, right, the bigger that aura becomes, the bigger that energy field is. That's why they're so therapeutic. That's why they're so relaxing. Everything has an aura. Everything that has energy has an aura, right? And that's why they wanted to keep us 6 feet apart, is because that's how much a human's natural state of a human's aura extends is 6 foot. Obviously, it can be smaller or bigger than that, but 6 foot is usually what it is. So they wanted to keep us all separated so that we couldn't build on that. Yep. Yep. There it is. Sorry, my comments are delayed over here. What else did I have up here? That's it. So this is just, let's see if I can find the other one here. No. It might be, I know for a fact it's on my iPad. Hold on though, I think I sent it to someone. Yes. Desktop. All right. Pull this up really quick here because I want to show you guys. Oh my gosh, there's so much clicking to do to like pull up one thing and disappear another one. I don't remember where I found this picture. This was in the depths of the internet because I have tried so hard to research for this particular photo and I cannot fucking find it anywhere. So I don't know if they took it off or it got whatever, but this has been on my iPad since the garage days and I have yet to be able to find it. I've had to go back on my iPad and search for it every single time. But this is the golden ratio. This is the sacred geometry. This is what all of life stems from. And it's in everything. It's the root of all of it. And it's just really fucking cool to take a minute and look at this. Like it's in seashells, it's in snowflakes, it's in fetuses, it's in the eyes, it's in the biggest storm ever, it's in the smallest absolute thing. Like it's pretty trippy when you actually look at it all together like this. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can also I can post this too in the lives chat for you guys. Desktop. Boom. There you go. But yes, I can zoom in as well. I'll go right here. It's just crazy when you look at it. Like it's in all of it. It's in absolutely everything. Obviously, some of these are just images, but oops, that's gonna shit. We can go down there. There's the galaxy, right? A snail shell, a storm. It's just trippy. Yes, it's in the group chat. Fiddleheads. Oh God, I've lost my mouse. There it is. It's literally everything. It's probably one of my favorite to look at. So this, oops, where did it go? All right, we're going to stop sharing that one. I want to pull this one up. I think I need to put my screen on the other side. What do you guys think? I always sit this way. I feel like I need my screen over here instead of over here. So this is the Taurus energy field that I was talking about. They're going to get blurry. So this is how I came up. Where is it? This is how I came up with that because I was looking at everything. You know this that I'm talking about? My flat earth, hollow earth, spherical earth, right? All of it. That's where I started with this. There's your DNA, right? What do you see? In 2021 by the photo name. Yeah, because I had to resave it. I had to resave a bunch of these. Hold on one second. Because I got more. Is it just going to let me do what I want? No, it's not. Damn it. It's not going to let me do it. This, I got to find a different solution for fucking share and everything instead of going to each individual thing and then clicking share. Okay, so this is just another, because the fucking time in between is killing me. So this is just another image of everything coming together as one. Literally, it's everywhere. As above, so below. Sacred geometry. They figured it out. This is the fifth force. The state of being twisted, right? Everything is twisting into the center. The helix will twist. And then that vibrational energy that all molecules have, right? Everything has a vibrational energy. Because energy can't be destroyed or created. It can be manipulated. It can be diverted. It can be transferred. And then remember what I was talking about? This is the 64 tetrahedron that it'll spin, and that's what it looks like when it spins. Only it's two of them coming together like that. Click my comment and then click the pencil. Edit layout. Oh, no, I just meant for like sharing the stuff. I have to like, oh no, now what did I do? Cancel. I don't know what I'm doing. How do you change the name on YouTube? Oh gosh, you're gonna have to go into the settings, I believe is your display name, but I'm not 100% sure. That's on like, I am still learning the YouTubes. I don't know I don't know if it's your Gmail that you have to change or if you can actually change it like, well, I guess it would be in the settings of the YouTube. You go into, but that's for the channel brand. I don't know. You'd have to ask Purple Princess because she changes her name all the time. Oh, click your comment, go to channel, and then click the pencil. Oh, you were helping her. Okay, because see, I have a pencil too, and it says edit layout, and I didn't know that was a thing that I could do. But I can like move shit all over the place. Custom layout 1. Look, now we can save a new layout. We can have custom layout 1. I didn't even know that this was a thing. Camera slot. Oh, damn, we just got one camera slot. Top, I can make me at the top. Ooh, we can make me at the bottom. Look at that. Right? Center. Oh gosh, we're not, oh God, we're not gonna do that. Now I'm just clicking stuff. Update layout. See, look at all this fun stuff we're learning. Purple Princess, you weren't wrong. Oh shit, now I really bunged it up. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna stop clicking. I'm gonna stop clicking things. Helping two people at once here. All right, there we go. So, so I guess my question with all of this, right? If our thoughts can manipulate the density of time, right? Because time flies when you're having fun, and it's always when you're like I'm the most impatient person in the world. I hate fucking waiting, and I noticed that like when I'm supposed to wait, like it's holy shit, I'm waiting forever, right? That's why we're trying to change our words to I'm excited for instead of I can't wait, because then you'll forever not be able to wait, right? But if we can manipulate the density of time with our thoughts and we can change how fast time moves, right? Because it's essentially, wouldn't we then become the grounded state of energy, and then we would be able to manipulate the fabric of reality before us and after us. So then when we get enough people together, that's why our thoughts can affect things. Do a plank. Yeah. You'll learn how long 60 seconds is real fucking quick. It'll be the longest 60 seconds of your life. I know that was quick. That's all I got though. I can't go any further because I don't understand it any further. And you can only explain something to your level of understanding, and that's all I got. It makes sense in my brain. You're goddamn right we did. You're 100% right. There was supposed to be a huge storm at Flockfest, and we totally pushed that shit. We all learning things today. Yeah. But I feel like it's easier to slow time down than it is to speed time up, if that makes sense. Like I pretty confidently can say that I can stretch time. Like what are we destroying? Hey. Like I can make one day feel like it lasted a whole weekend. Can anybody else do that? And then, right, so if all time is now, so let's talk about deja vu for a second, because this happened to me the other morning. And so the best way that I can explain deja vu is because all time is now, right? So the past, present, and future, it's all folding right now, right? So if deja vu, right, you feel like you are exactly there. You've been there before. Everything is similar. Everything is the same. So it's your present self tapping into your future self, remembering that moment as a past moment when it's really the now. That's why everything looks familiar, because it's exactly lining up. Like you know exactly what's coming next. And it's almost like a delay, right? Like it happens as you're seeing it, but it's a split second before, so you know that it's happening. It's almost like it's on like an instant replay, right? Where was I going with this point? I don't remember. I had a path that I was taking it there, and I don't remember where I was supposed to land. Oh yeah, Mike was taking radar screenshots of the storm at Flockfest. That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, like a glitch in the Matrix. Oh, that's a good thought. Maybe those are the times that our future self slowed down time. I think that was the path that I was going on. Something about like, so if deja vu, right? So are we slowing time down or are we pausing time in those moments? Like, is it super paused in the future? Like one of those movies where like they stop time and they can like walk through everything, but because they're moving so quickly, it's like nothing else is moving, but they're not, it's nothing else is stopped. It's just they're moving extremely fast, right? So then is it like one of those moments and that's why it feels like it's slow? Like it's slow, but it's not. Another example of this where I feel like our thoughts manipulate time. Because Shemus and I was talking about falling, and she was like, "Oh my god, it was like in slow motion." I was like, "That's exactly what it's like when you fall off a horse. Like you can see everything happening. Like it's in complete slow motion, but at the same time, it's an instant. It's literally so fucking fast that you can't move your body quick enough to react. Like you know all the things that you have to do. Like if I just grab on and pull myself up right now, I'll be good. But like your body literally can't do it. So are we stopping time in those moments? Like is it like a freeze frame, but the rest of reality is still happening, which is why it feels so quick when you catch up? I don't know. All right, listen, I have something really exciting to show you guys. I did a thing. I know you love it when I say that. So because I can't smoke on YouTube, do you guys, I'm taking it all the way back. I'm taking it all the way back. Do you guys are ow. Do you guys remember the smoke screen I used to have on Twitch? Well, I made oh, it's like slow motion for me in real time. It's like slow, like I can see it happening. In it, but when it's actually happening, it's in slow motion. So I made a cheers screen for you guys. Are you ready? Do you want to watch it? We're gonna watch it. Ready? Cheers. Do you guys love it? And that way I don't get in trouble and I don't have to like bend all the way over into another dimension here to hit the fucking ball. About adrenaline rushes when mama's yes. Same thing. It's like is so okay, so off of that point, Katie, then are we when those moments happen, right? When those profound fucking significant events happen, when you basically kick into superhuman mode, are you tapping in then to that free energy? Are you subconsciously tapping into such a frequency that they were able to build the pyramids with? Right? Like same, obviously not that, but like same concept of idea. Like you tap into such a frequency where things just right, like light as a feather, stiff as a board. Do you guys remember that shit when our thoughts controlled the fucking density of shit and everybody would get under their friend with a finger and you'd go light as a feather, stiff as a board, and just all of us were chanting fucking witchcraft when we were in like sixth grade? Do you guys remember this? And then you would like lift your friend up with one finger. We're gonna do it at Flockfest. But you're fucking manipulating that to happen. You're so convinced that that's going to happen that it then becomes that reality. I fully believe that we're in a simulation. We just got to learn how to play. This is like Sims, okay? And we just got to find the Rosebud explanation 1 cheat code. You know what I'm saying? They were able to tap into it on command. I think the pyramid was made for this reason right here though. I think that all of the monoliths and the crop circles and the stone circles and all of the things, the pyramids, the fucking mud floods, the churches, the underground tunnels and cities and these massive meditation areas with waterfalls and all of these sacred spaces were left with all of these sigils and meanings, and cathedrals were painted with fucking answers for us to find it and finally tap in because they knew that we weren't going to. Like, I feel like if everything happens for a reason, right? So if everything has already happened, then the forces that are at war with each other beyond this realm knew that this was gonna happen. They knew that the elites were going to take over. They knew that this was going to become a fucking shit show, right? And we had to go through all of this trauma and all these fucking lessons to figure it out as a whole, along with these individual things, right? Like I'm talking in the macro, not in the micro. So are we finally at like one of those peaks of the spiral where we're just as a collective figuring this shit out? Like, oh, I understand now. I get it. I feel like that's where we're at. Up, down, left, right. Like they were Lego pieces. Hubs broke the code for the pyramids. Yeah, internal energy. Mhm. Hello. Damn, you wanna know what I forgot this time is music. It's like stupid quiet here now. And I have myself in my ear. It's very uncomfortable. The Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, we tried to watch the one documentary on alchemy, and they totally, like, went off on a tangent, and I don't know if you were there or not, but they totally, like, veered off on a tangent. I was like, "What did we just watch?" Because they started with the Philosopher's Stone. They started with the actual basics of alchemy and understanding it, but yeah, and then we just went to nowhere. There's 6 generations of human civilizations, 5 having gone before us. Well, this goes in so that, Mike, that brings me to this is where my brain went, I guess, is the camels. Men aren't riding camels anymore, and the teaching oh god, am I gonna mess it up? I might mess it up. Hard times create strong men create weak time or easy times create weak men create hard times. We're at that, we're at that weak men swing, like, y'all need to start riding camels again. Ended with the stars rotating. Yeah, it was super confusing. I have notes on it, but I stopped taking them because I was like, "This isn't even what the title says." Like, we're way off track. This is like one of my lives, and I can't even follow it. Do we have any more questions on Taurus warp drives? That's where we started. Torsion warp drives. What am I? Taurus energy fields. Torsion warp drives. Grabbing a magic carpet. Of course, they're creating a generation of confusion. Of course, they are. Why wouldn't they? They need to. They want us to stay in that, right? Because we're easy to manipulate. Well, they think that we are easy to manipulate, easy to control. They want us to stay in that lower oscillation. I'm not going to say vibration because I have a different view on vibrations. I think that the opposite, just like the peace sign has been flipped and then confirmed with the circle, right? Because it's an upside down protection rune. So, did they do the same thing with the high vibe and the low vibe? Because I think of so the frequencies, right? You want to be like love is the highest frequency, right? That I'm here for. But as far as the vibration, so if we think about 0 point energy and we think about things vibrating, they're going to vibrate so low, right? And they're barely moving. And that's the ground state, that's the natural state. So when everybody says, "Oh, you got to raise your vibration, you got to vibe high," right? Like in my mind, that's anxiety, right? Like that's boiling a pot of water. Like things are moving really quickly. They're vibrating very fast. I don't like that. So I feel like that's been flipped and that's been hijacked, and I feel like we need to stay at a lower vibration at a higher frequency versus a high I'm going to get all fucked up versus a high vibration at a low frequency. Does that make sense? Non-coherent waves, oscillation. Yes. Do you think we can sense something bad is about to happen to your future? A little, had multiple times. See, so sunflower, my answer to that is based on my experience. And I think that there's two things. Like it's if it's a couple seconds before, like, oh my God, whatever told me to just look up from changing the heat on the truck, right? Or oh my God, like put your phone down and look at what's paying attention or pay attention to what you're supposed to be looking at. Or like whatever it is that internally tells you, oh my God, pay attention. I feel like that's your spirit guides. That's your higher self. That's some ethereal being looking out for you, right? But then when it goes into like dreams and premonitions, that's a different category. Does that make sense? Like I feel like there's the two different ones. We can definitely tap into different timelines for sure. You're constantly tapping into different timelines. Constantly. I feel like you're always like if you're vibrating at a certain level, you're going to tap into that certain level. It's just like changing a radio station. And some levels you're not going to be able to sync up with. Cause like I've definitely had moments like that. Like I've been texting on my fucking phone. You know what I mean? Like I've been distracted. I've been trying to find a song or some fucking bullshit, right? And then all this like mid whatever I'm doing, pay attention, look up, and I'm about to hit fucking something. Or like when you have these moments where that you just feel like compelled to go do something and you see something that you would have like the one night that the fucking lights was in the sky and I thought the world was ending. Do you guys remember that when the row of lights came through and they tried to tell us that it was what's Musk's thing? Um Starnet. But I never take Xena Potty out in the front. She always goes in the back weeds here. But for whatever reason, that day I was like, I'm gonna take her outside this way. I would have never saw them had I come out to the right, like shit like that. You have to just assume that it's source, spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you want to associate and believe in. That's how I view it. Okay, that's the live. That's it. That's all I got. How'd we do? We did good. All right. I don't know how to end these yet. I had like a whole thing before, and now I don't really know what to do with my hands. So we're just gonna play the video. All right. Thanks, flockers. Love you guys. Bye.